What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's 11-game NBA slate, courtesy of Osmo.com and presented by SuperDraft. Some of the plays we discussed yesterday went off, while some of them, Jaylen Brown in particular, really kicked me in the nards yesterday, so I'm looking to get back on track today with this monster slate. So let's get some positive energy in the air right now, and please hit that like button. And if you want to win a free month of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. We have a winner who I'll announce a bit later on from yesterday's video, but right now, if you want to join that guy at the pay window, like the video and comment your top value play down below. We've got a ton to get to, so let's kick it off with our first corner of the top owned plays, starting with Raul Neto at Denver in a matchup in which there are 103.5 implied points for Philly. Neto has 41% expected ownership on Draftkings, while have 36% on FanDuel. Neto saw 30 minutes with Ben Simmons injured mid-game last time, and he's averaged 0.88 fantasy points per minute in court time without Simmons, a situation that makes him the clear-cut value play of the slate, but also one that comes with some risk. Next up, we've got Karl-Anthony Towns in a matchup versus Golden State in which there are 121.5 implied points for Minnesota. Towns has 31% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 21% on FanDuel. Towns disappointed slightly last time with Jeff Teague out, but he has a killer matchup versus the Golden State scrub lineup, who has a 115.5 defensive efficiency rating, and no one who could even come close to stopping him. And an underpriced Bradley Beal versus Cleveland looks like he'll be popular with 118 implied points for Washington. Beal has 23% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 35% on FanDuel. Beal put up 29 shots last game and projects well due to his relatively cheap prices industry-wide, going against Cleveland's weak defense despite them playing at a lower pace. And now into our next corner of the top value plays on the slate, starting with Evan Fournier in a matchup versus Memphis, in which there are 107.5 implied points for Orlando. Fournier stands to see a boost with Terrence Ross out, and his price is low in a pace-up game, but he seems to be less effective when sharing court time with Markelle Fultz and stands some risk of being fool's gold tonight at high ownership. But I am intrigued in his teammate Markelle Fultz versus Memphis as well, with 107.5 implied points for Orlando. Fultz strikes me as a pivot to the potential Fournier chalk, with his minutes seemingly capped around 25, but strong per minute performances at a reasonable price for Fultz. And I'm also intrigued by Kevin Huerter in a matchup versus Sacramento, in which there are 111 implied points for Atlanta. Huerter's minutes limit is gone, and while he's yet to top 26 minutes on the year, he put up his most shots of the season with 10 last game, and he has a weak Sacramento defense across from him tonight. And for our next corner, I want to hit on some of the underpriced studs. Let's talk about Nikola Vucevic in that match versus Memphis, in which there are again 107.5 implied points for Orlando. Vucevic's price is too low in a pace-up spot versus Memphis after he seems to have found his form with 48.25 fantasy points in 33 minutes versus Dallas last time out. Another underpriced stud is Nikola Jokic in a matchup versus Philly, in which there are 108.5 implied points for Denver. Jokic has been bad to start the year with 4 of his last 5 games under 36 fantasy points, but he averaged 70 fantasy points in games versus Philly last season, and his price has dropped too low as well. And the last underpriced stud to hit on is Pascal Siakam in a matchup at New Orleans, in which there are 117.8 implied points for Toronto. Siakam projects as a top points and value play from Osmo with a Giannis-esque 20% assist rate on the year, and he opened the season with 66.5 fantasy points in the same matchup versus New Orleans. And now into our last corner, some of the lower owned dart throws, starting with Donovan Mitchell in a match versus Milwaukee, in which there are 107.5 implied points for Utah. It's a big pace up for Utah, and his price affords Mitchell some upside in a game that should be a competitive playoff type atmosphere, with Mitchell shooting upwards of 24 times in competitive games. I'm also intrigued by the low ownership on Kyrie Irving in a matchup at Portland, in which there are 116.5 implied points for Brooklyn. This looks like it could be a paceful, poorly defensed game, which benefits Kyrie, who has only 2 games under 50 fantasy points this year, and Damian Lillard as well, who's reasonably priced, and he loves measuring stick games against his top point guard peers. And a cheap dart throw to look at is Taj Gibson in a matchup at Dallas, in which there are 101.8 implied points for the Knicks. Gibson started the second half for the injured Mitchell Robinson, and he's intriguing at his price if he starts, though it's possibly saw minutes last time just because of the matchup versus Andre Drummond. So there you have it. That's what I'm seeing so far for tonight's 11-game NBA slate. So right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win a free month of Osmo Plus courtesy of SuperDraft, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. Yesterday, we had a bunch of people guessing the top value play of Ivica Zubac correctly, but only one person can win. It's going to be this cool named guy right here, James Martini. So James, congratulations. Email me at chris@osmo.com to collect your prize. For everybody else, if you want to join James Martini at the Martini Bar of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play down below. But if you don't have a cool drinks-based name, you can also use this promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE for half off your first month of Osmo Plus. Go to osmo.com/join, use that promo code right now to get half off your first month, or find packages as low as $3.95 a week on there. So go to osmo.com/join and find a package that works for you. And as always, that free month of Osmo Plus comes courtesy of our presenting sponsor here on the Four Corners, SuperDraft. So right now, head to superdraft.io and use the promo code OSMO, AWESEMO, to get $20 free on any deposit of $100 or more. That's instant money. You get it right away. They have a ton of tournaments over there with overlay, including their multiplier tournaments where you don't even have to know salaries. So go right now to superdraft.io and use the promo code OSMO. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags, because I'm so peppy today you probably can't even tell that I'm cripplingly hungover and woke up in a miserable state. State. So go check out what I'm doing right now on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I'll be back later today on Live Before Lock with my boy, the Chubster Josh Engelman. So tune in then. Of course, I'll be back on Monday with another Four Corners. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy your weekends. And as always, good luck.